It's a beautiful world we live in, isn't it? Blazing blue skies, majestic formations of land, and enormous oceans to tie them all together.
But you know, the world is a lot closer than you think. Each day it becomes easier for someone from, say, South Africa to communicate with someone from China.
The art of dancing is significant around the world. Each culture expresses themselves through their body and reflects their history.
We've studied signature dances of several cultures: river dance in Ireland, flamenco in Spain, traditional Ghanaian dance, Argentine tango, and the samba in Brazil. We found that while each dance is unique, they're all flavored by cultures outside their own, reflecting the trend of globalization.
Well, now that you're ready, let's go see if we can find Melinda, so she could tell us a little about the Irish step dance. Oh, hi Melinda.
Hello, Jared. Hi, I'm Melinda, and I will be telling you a little about the Irish step dance. This is a form of traditional Irish dance that sprouted from the country's traditional music. This dance is typically performed in solo or in groups, and the dancers must stiffen their upper bodies while performing quick footwork. Now you ask, why did they do this? Well, we were lucky enough to get one interview with Kevin at an Irish farm in Dublin.
Did you already post it? From the waist up, it's fixed. Allegedly, because we used to have half doors, the soldiers were looking in, they'd see you walking around, but they wouldn't see any movement.
Melinda,
So
I don't know if this is going or not. I got it.
Is from the waist down. So, 1, 2, 3. So, and they also toe. Okay? Okay. Okay, so have a go with it now. Wait.
Aside from the military influence, another explanation relates to the small stages these dances would take place on. When traveling dancers taught around the country, places for competition were always really small, so there'd be little space to perform on. In order to get the hard surface needed to do the footwork, people would unhinge doors to lay on the ground, dance on barrels, or even tables. With such a small stage, there was little room for arm movement, and this forced them to stay very contained and limited them from traveling around the stage. Another explanation was that the dance teachers would want students to draw more attention to the intricacy of the steps when they would perform in shows, so they were told to keep their arms stiff so all attention would remain on their feet. As for the globalization of this dance and how it became what it is today, it mostly grew from the French influence, which eventually spread to Ireland and then to all around the world. Irish dance was influenced by other dance forms of the continent, specifically quadrille dances. The quadrille dance was first introduced in France in the 18th century and is generally performed by 4 couples in a rectangle form. It eventually became what is well known today as traditional square dancing. By the early 1800s, it then traveled to England, where it started integrating other popular dances from around the world, such as waltz. It then quickly became well known and taught in Germany and Austria before traveling dancers eventually brought it to Ireland, where it spread widely around the 1900s. This now Irish step dance, especially the popular shows of river dance, began spreading to North America and Australia in the 19th century, where it is now well known as the official Irish step dance. And now here's Adon to discuss the flamenco.
Oh, I didn't see you then. Well, the flamenco is a synchronized mix of singing, guitar playing, hand clapping, and dancing from the Andalusia region of Spain. The flamenco originated from Andalusian and Romani gypsy music and dance influences. The flamenco dance is most characterized by its emotional intensity, rhythmic stomping of the feet, and expressive use of the arms. Many different styles of flamenco dance have developed, which include flamenco puro, the style which is closest to the gypsy influences, classical flamenco, which was derived from the traditional Spanish dance called desjugadilla, and modern flamenco, which is characterized by its lightning fast footwork performed with absolute precision. In recent years, flamenco has become popular all over the world and is taught in multiple countries. Surprisingly, there are now more flamenco academies in Japan than there are in Spain, yet Spain will always be the mother country of the flamenco.
Behind this dance, like where did it start first originate?
Flamenco is more than only a passion. It's flamenco can express all the feelings that a human can feel inside, no? By himself. So flamenco is passion, is sad, is happiness, is love, is sex, is all, no? And I don't know exactly the origins, but Andalusia is a mold. Here during the history come a lot of different people, no? Musulmans, the Romans, also with the discovery of America, we go to the other continent and bring a lot of things, no? Not only gold or minerals, or we also bring with us a lot of rhythmics, a lot of new dance, and also I understand that Andalusia is between Africa and between Europe, is also between Occident, between Orient. So a lot of things happening in this point, no? In this point. So I think has a lot of different influence coming from over the world, and the origins are how that influence grow up in this area. Also, the gypsies is very important.
Here's Eugene with some fascinating information on the Ghanaian dance.
Hello there, my name's Eugene, and I'll share with you the dance that originated from Tema, Ghana, Azuntu. It was first coined by the students of Accra Academy and later adopted by the rest of the larger population of Ghana.
This African dance incorporates complex body movements in a rhythmic fashion in 1 to 2 time steps. Like many traditional African dances, it uses lots of knee bending and hip movements. These simple moves were inspired by daily activities such as ironing, washing, praying, and a combination of dance moves around the Ghanaian areas. The dance has quickly evolved with the fast-paced dance culture of modern West Africa. Before the dance became famous, youth in senior high schools of Ghana had a similar but different way of doing the dance. A modification of that is what we see today. It involved a similar movement of the feet, hands, and hips, and at the end of every move, a gunshot was mimicked with the hand, and if possible, the mouth. Azuntu spread rapidly into a dance craze when a video was uploaded teaching the moves. Now it is popularly used in pubs, nightclubs, and dance battles.
Did you start yet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
My name is William Abeko Sebeji. Actually, I was born and raised in Asiedu Keteke. This community that we are standing is part of Asiedu Keteke. I was born in a community where drumming and dancing is part of everyday life. We believe that culture is the bedrock of every nation. So you don't see your culture as different from ours, because we believe every country has its culture. Currently, I just came back from Sweden.
Really?
I went to a World Youth Congress in Sweden, in which all youth coming from all over the world together to share knowledge and practice about promoting culture and heritage.
Now, look at the time. I must be on my way with Taylor, who will share with you the Argentinian dance, the tango. The Argentine tango is a dance of improvisation. There's no real step for it, just the lead dancer shifting his weight and communicating with his partner. Oh, this dance developed in Argentina and Uruguay in the 19th century. It formed as a result of immigrants from all over the world forming communities and creating their own brand of dance. Because of the diversity of these communities, elements of dance from all over the world, like flamenco from Europe and African dance, can be seen in the tango.
Yeah.
We can say that On one side, we have African influences in just one thing on the dance.
And what part is that?
Because we dissociate the upper body than the lower body.
Okay.
And for example, the ocho that you
Right.
learned, we do some. Can I stop?
Yeah.
We do something of our legs, another thing with the torso. So
Okay.
I dissociate my upper body and my lower body.
And that's African? That's an African
yeah,
thing?
the Africans do whatever.
Right, okay.
I don't know nothing about
Yeah.
dancing. But in general, this part is more fixed and the rest is other things. But besides this, it's nothing very clear. The embrace obviously comes from the walls previously, but it is a new embracement. It was something very revolutionary, the embracement of tango. And it was born, that's why the high society didn't accept the tango at the beginning.
Okay. Because it's too close. Right.
So,
okay. And now here's Jared to tell you a little bit about the samba.
Oh, hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed my playing. But forget that now. I would like to tell you about the samba. The samba is a dance that originated from the roots of Rio de Janeiro and the West African slave trade. Today, it is famously known in Brazilian's carnival. The word samba originally came from the word zamba, which is from the Arabic culture from when the Moors invaded the Iberian Peninsula in the 8th century. But that's just one theory. The other theory that is going around is the African theory, which is Sam means to give, and Ba means to receive. During the second half of the 19th century, Brazilians started moving into favelas, and because of this, the samba has started moving into the house of Tias Bianas, which is the house of female descendant slaves.
Do different regions of Brazil have different types of dances?
Yeah, like in Bahia we have the axé and the samba and the pagode, literally. And Rio also get it from the Bahia, from the Africans, you know? So they also, the big carnival happen is in São Paulo and Rio. The biggest is in Rio.
So there's lots of African influence in the samba?
Yeah, a little bit, but yeah, here in Brazil they get it more, they make it more nice, and they put some other dance.
How do you think other countries have influenced the Brazilian dances?
I think the people from outside, they really want to come here to Brazil and try the dance. They really like the samba, but outside a lot of people hear about Brazil is samba and the carnival. So they come here and they try to practice to dance. It's not really hard. For me, the hardest is the samba.
Samba.
Yeah, that's the carnival. Okay, you have to be really fast, really, get like a rubber.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. What we're really trying to tell you is that immigration in the last few hundred years resulted in communities with mixed backgrounds from all over the world. Cultures clash and mixed in these communities. Dance is a reflection of this process.
For example, elements of flamenco from Europe went all the way across the Atlantic Ocean and wound up in Argentine tango. Quadrille from France is a basic principle of the Irish step dance, and the African slave trade has spread African influences to many dances across the world.
I think there's certain forms of dancing that are becoming popular all around the world, and so for example, salsa is really from Cuba, but there's a lot of salsa clubs that you'll find in the US, so really in any country you can find salsa clubs these days. And so I think with globalization, dancing also becomes more international, that really you can find most dances all around the world.
Globalization is even more visible in the spread of dance cultures in modern times. Tourism, made easy by plane travel, brings visitors to countries like Brazil and South Africa, where they learn indigenous dance. The internet played a very significant role in spreading dance culture across the globe. Video websites like YouTube made it easy to view and learn any culture's dance from anywhere in the world.
Psy, a rapper from South Korea, released the hit Gangnam Style, which recently became the most watched internet video of all time.
Then there's us, the university students who travel across the world to see firsthand how other cultures live, eat, think, and yes, dance. We've traveled around the Atlantic Ocean in order to not only bring our culture to others, but to bring home cultures outside of our own.
We are globalization!
Oppan Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Oppan Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Oppan Gangnam Style. Hey, sexy lady. Oppan Gangnam Style. Hey, sexy lady. Oppan Gangnam Style.